And we are live. How's it
Hey,
going? My
hey.
name is Rick. I'm also known as Rick's Two Cents. Thank you for joining our live tonight with my fellow co-hosts, Steve from Steve Makes Everything, Roger
Hey.
from Roger's Shop, Conrad, the man in the curtain. We're here to do questions, answers, working, all the talks.
And,
We got answers.
and just as we get started, your video starts to break up.
Yeah, he's starting to
Yeah.
freeze up there.
Hold on. Let me. I got some things open in the background. Let me just close them. All right.
Are you starting your OnlyFans page?
Yeah, I was actually making sure that I didn't not renew my subscription to you. I gotta support my people.
Well, where's the chat here?
Let's see
How
here.
are people out in chat land? Hey, there's nobody in the chat. What's going on?
Nobody's in the chat. We got 7 people watching us. Nobody's in the chat. So, hello, everyone.
Yeah, if you got any questions, fire them off here. I'll be happy to answer them.
So to get started, tonight's the night for the kickoff for the F1 Ultra. It starts at 10 p.m. my time, so 9 p.m. for normal people, we'll say, in Eastern time zone.
Okay.
I've been playing with it. It's a nice laser. Now it's only a 20-watt fiber, which is kind of too bad actually. And they put a 200 millimeter lens, and the lens is about 6 inches in diameter. It's crazy.
Oh, I think it's a 210 lens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Yeah, but it with 20 watts, that's a bit much from an engraving perspective. They need to do with what like optometrists do, and they slide in a different lens.
Yeah. I have 3 different lenses with mine, so I can swap them out based on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see like how this one's set really low, right? And that one's set really high. So I really don't have to swap my lasers. I kind of have designated designated lasers.
Yeah, Commarker's supposed to send me. They're releasing a new MOPA 60-watt MOPA laser.
Nice.
I think next month, so I should get it soon.
So in my opinion, a 30-watt is great, perfect for like etching.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing like bottle openers and you're taking a finishing off, you're doing flask, you're taking a finishing off, anything like that. Like if you're doing tumblers, you're taking a finishing off. A 30-watt is great. It's powerful enough. It'll be super fast. It can do deep engraving, but to do a coin, it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a 60-watt laser would.
And that's kind of what the Ultra's like. I mean, it engraves well, but it's a 20-watt fiber laser, and it's not really designed to make challenge coins.
Right.
But from a laser use perspective, it's actually really nice. I like it.
I saw a video earlier today that the Reyes, this one here. No, I'm sorry, this one here. They were advertising their YouTube channel today that they're installing 2 lights, one on each side, and a camera built into it.
Yeah. Well, the Ultra has a camera in it, which is nice.
Yeah.
The camera.
Yeah, but what they're doing is they're doing this conveyor belt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ultra's got that.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. I saw that today.
Yeah, I did in my video, which I'll drop probably, I don't know, at 1 a.m. or something. I did a bit of conveyor belt usage. Like everything, I've had the thing for 2 or 3 weeks, and everything that I've tested is beta, right? So the conveyor actually works pretty well, but I did run into a couple of minor alignment problems as you're sliding through. But it's kind of cool because you can start with I did some keychains, and I started with one, and then I threw another single on, then then 2 side by side, then 3, then another one, and it just finds them all and engraves them, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So it's
Yeah.
it's definitely, and it just keeps going. Like in batch mode, it just keeps rolling the belt until it has gone a complete revolution and it hasn't found any more targets. And then it'll stop. It's just completely automatic, and it just throws all the engraved ones in a pile down at the end of the conveyor.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So to answer Mike's question, no, I don't think the large lens is part of the conveyor. It's just a big lens. Like it's,
Yeah.
I think they wanted to limit the distortion out to the corners, and it took that size of lens, because the head on a Ultra is pretty high up. It's a lot higher than the one you have behind you there, Rick.
Well, keep in mind that it can
No,
go
the
all
other
the
one.
way up.
The other one is like you can put something under there that's easily a foot, 30 centimeters.
Yeah. So that one can go all the way up to the top.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
put that up at the top, that's probably about where the Ultra sits.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's fixed? You can't lower it?
No. But that's the maximum height. But
Oh, I
you
got
never
you.
really see it come close to the workspace.
Right. With a 210 lens.
Yeah, and that's the only
Right.
lens I have
Right,
in
but
it. I
then
don't
you
know
had
if that's the
a
only
lens
lens
like that, then that's when you have to.
Yeah,
bring
what's
it
that?
down.
A 50 millimeter? It's
I
less than
think so.
100.
Yeah, I think so. Yep. 70. I think it's 70.
And the other thing I did this week, I just actually posted a short on my channel. I finally found a proper home for my CNC, my 4th axis on my CNC, my rotary.
Nice one.
Because in
Where's
the
yours?
past I was actually unplugging it and pulling I had it mounted on a sheet of plywood, and I was pulling the whole rotary out. Hey Corby. So now it's all power drive up and down, and then you can just
Nice.
cover it over with the table. So I
one thing
decided
I
to
thought
go
I would
a little
I
over
thought I had to
engineered.
have was I thought I had to have that, right? That's the so when you're doing the fiber lasers, you can adjust it like
Yeah.
really, really like minimal. That was like $200. Like I don't use it at all. I thought I thought for sure like when you're lining up small things, but because I think like I'm thinking diode laser, right? Like, but the whole idea with a fiber laser is you can turn it on and it just won't mark, but it's showing it, So it shows you where it's actually you can see what you're gonna engrave, so you just move the object and then just do that, screw those in there. This is literally kind of like designated for coins. I spent that $200. I'm like, damn it, like. But I thought, like in my head, like, oh, I don't want to have to keep moving this. This is a great idea. I don't know why you'd really want one. I don't know.
All right, hey, what's happening, Corby? Been a while. I don't think you were on last week.
Nope, I was in court in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Yeah, you were doing a good deed for humanity there,
right? Yeah, I'm trying to improve our power. What can I say?
We were calling it night court, so kind of take it along with the TV show.
Yeah. Good evening, all. Oh, sorry. We both hit at the same time.
Warrior Woman's back.
Not a whole lot yet. I've been busy.
Yeah, that's how I am these days. I spend a lot of time working and I don't really accomplish much, it seems. I wanted to do 2 videos this week. I managed to do 1. I might get to another one though. I got to do the Creality Falcon 2 Pro 60 watt, which is a pretty impressive diode laser from a cutting perspective.
They sent me an email and asked me to review it. I said yes, and then I never heard nothing.
See, I said no, and they sent me one anyway.
I like that one. I said, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And then I even sent the reply back like, hey, what's up, man? When are you going to send this to me?
Yeah, what projects did we do?
Oh, I got all kinds of things going on this week. I'll bring up one of the things for people that are just getting into, maybe you're just getting into this and you're not sure how to sell your stuff, or you don't want to really do craft shows. There's a lot of shops that'll take things on consignment, and I deal with a couple of them around here. one of them I'm going to show you an example here is what they call a holistic shop. You could take that as you want, but they deal a lot with crystals, and they have this is one of the things. I think that'll focus.
I have a crystal for that.
Yep.
Nice.
Now, I do quite a bit of work with them, and this stuff goes on consignment. So what do I get? I get $5 for that. Didn't take hardly any time at all to make it. I make them in batches. They sell them for 10. It's a good deal. The other
Nice.
thing I did this week, and recollect this one, I had to build a bunch of bird houses.
Nice. Cedar picket fences.
These are bluebird houses and made out of cedar.
Yep.
And I needed to do a bunch of those. But as they say, but wait, there's more.
Excuse me.
Porch signs.
Nice.
So this one here is Welcome Spring. You can flip it around.
Oh, that's cool.
Hello.
I've never actually seen anyone do that. I've seen a ton of those signs. I've never seen the other side ever used.
So this is 3 foot long, double-sided, and these are laser cut cutouts that were painted here. But the engraving on this was done on a X-Tool D1 with the extension kit on it.
Nice.
So it was done all at once. It wasn't done in phases.
I actually made a welcome sign this week too, but I did it on the conveyor on the Ultra. The Ultra has been my life for the last 2 weeks, I think, and I finally have it behind me.
Then, I didn't have enough to do between all these and everything we do with our greenhouses and nursery, I agreed to build a custom cabinet for somebody, and there's the shell of it. And this will actually have 2 great big drawers.
Okay.
And it's to store liquor in.
Do you have that Jigs drawer kit? Have you seen that?
I've seen it. I built cabinets for years. I'm pretty good at it. So
I just liked it because how it sets the rails up. You clip it and it just.
Craig has those.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Craig. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. The Craig jig kit.
I was going to try one of those, and by the time I read the instructions on how to do it, I thought, screw this. I can just put my own in.
I just use little blocks of wood.
Yeah, me too.
That's it.
Those are cheap. They're free.
Yeah. That's cool. At Craig's Tools, man, it's like start using that crap, and they're so expensive, but they are convenient. But it's so expensive. Everything's so expensive.
I've got their top of the line pocket hole jig set up. I don't have the form on the automatic one, but I got all that stuff, and I got all the clamps, and I used to do a whole lot of cabinets.
Yeah, I don't have the one. I know. Wow, Daniel just got it. He's got the one where you turn it like this and it clamps. I have the one before that, like you probably said, just the regular one. But yeah, been doing vinyl for over 3 millimeter for laser objects, clean finish, no painting. Yeah.
Just be careful of that vinyl eating up your lens with the chlorine gas it produces.
No. He means after the fact.
Hell, if it's after the fact, that's great. But if it's before and you're cutting vinyl with a laser, you're going to get chlorine gas.
Yeah. But I think he meant, and correct me if I'm wrong, or she, warrior woman, I'm saying he, is not painting.
To call you out on that.
Yeah, not painting it. I said warrior, so then I automatically just, but not painting it, using vinyl to do that. That's cool. Yeah. I like stain, especially that. I like that whitewash. You know what I'm talking about?
Another good one to play with is milk paint.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Take oak and wash it with that white stuff, and I don't like that.
My wife hates it. She's like, "Why do you do that? Just leave it. Just leave it. Don't paint nothing. Just leave it." I'm like, I like the way it looks. But I've learned that what you like is not always what customers like. You got to do what they like.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's upside down and mirror the image. Yeah.
If you're still cutting vinyl with a laser, a diode laser, you're going to get chlorine gas. Doesn't matter what direction it is. It's very, very hard on everything metal on a laser.
And anything with lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing things the old-fashioned way.
Nice.
Just a little. It's a commission piece from a local vendor. They put those little smelly incense oil things.
It's like a lazy Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were we talking about Lazy Susan not too long ago? How did that even come up?
Actually, I thought that was for shots, and then you spin it around and you just pick one.
There you go. Now you just started your own game, drinking game.
Yeah.
I've got lots of shot boards, but I haven't put them on a Lazy Susan. I think that's a little too coordination intensive after a few rounds.
Well, yeah, you inevitably would spin it too fast.
So,
Yeah,
so to the comment to this,
Yeah, it'll turn into a game and then it's over.
if you go to US Cutter, if you go to uscutter.com or you go to the signoutlet.com, you can get a vinyl plotter for next to nothing. So to me, if that's something you're actually doing on a regular basis, you could just have that plotter just going to town and just cutting all your templates and have the laser doing it, and just two different things. Then you can have a stack of those vinyl, and then you know, I wouldn't go the whole Cricut that route. I don't like that. That's, you're moving the vinyl, sticking it on something. That's too much of a pain in the butt. Just buy a plotter. You don't need a 54-inch Roland, right? But you can buy a decent size vinyl plotter, just purely cut, not print, for next to nothing. So if you're actually making money doing it, just buy yourself a plotter.
just keep in mind though, anytime you're cutting into vinyl or PVC, it's going to generate that gas, and it's going to corrode anything metal on the laser, and it'll destroy a lens.
Yeah, it's just not a good idea.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be cutting with a laser on.
A plotter is a vinyl cutter. They call it a plotter. It's just so you can get a plotter that prints like a Roland BNC 20. It's smaller, but now you're talking 5,000-7,000, or you can get one that's just purely a cutter and it doesn't print anything, but now you're talking a couple hundred.
Yeah, it's just like a gigantic Cricut.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have besides my Cricut Maker, I've got a Expert 24 GCC plotter over there, but it only cuts, it doesn't print.
Yeah. So I have a 54-inch. A ton of people have been asking me to do a review on the Roland BNC 20. I actually went to a trade show, and I walked up to the guy. I said, "Hey, what's up, man? Can you? I want to buy this." And he said, "I won't sell it to you." And I says, "What do you mean you won't sell it to me?" He says, "I know who you are." And I didn't think really. I thought he's just being a wise ass. He's like, "I know who you are. I won't sell it to you." I'm like, "What do you mean you won't sell it to me?" He's like, "It's too slow. Now, let me show you. I'm going to print your logo." And again, I'm looking at him like, "What do you mean you're going to print my logo?" So he literally went online, downloaded Rick's 2 cents logo, and was printed on the Roland BNC 20. Then he took the 54-inch Roland and he printed like, I don't know, 12 of them. And the one was still printing. He's like, "That's why I won't sell it to you." And I said, "I get it, man, but that's $5,000. That's $25,000. Like, it's like saying you put a Volkswagen next to a Porsche. Like, you know what you're buying, right?" So like, I'm buying it because people keep asking me to review it. I want to buy it. He says, "I won't sell it to you." So then Roland actually sent me an email the other day and said, "Hey, has anyone ever talked to you about the BNC 20? And I said, "It's funny you sent me that." And I sent to them what happened at the trade show. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. Thank you for that insight. I won't be using my laser for that anymore. At the end of the day, we're trying to give you advice that's going to make your laser last longer, be more efficient, make more money, and be safe in your home and for your family and yourself.
Yeah, the big thing is, like I mentioned before, the biggest thing with cutting any kind of vinyl or PVC is it generates a chlorine gas, and that's poisonous.
Yeah,
You definitely don't want to breathe it.
The C in PVC is chloride, right? So,
yeah.
Back to this one. Thanks, Stephen. It's always good to have you here.
By the way, Stephen,
I think I can say cool about
going.
Stephen is Stephen jumps out of our channels and jumps in other ones and does the same. So thanks.
Well, he's one heck of a guy then.
Yeah. So very cool.
So what else is happening? Geez. I got the We Create sent me the 40-watt We Create Vision and their conveyor, their equivalent of a conveyor. So
Nice.
it's still in the box. It's been sitting on my floor for a week, and I'm surprised they haven't been bugging me about it. But that one's coming up too. I'm anxious actually to try their conveyor riser with their conveyor, because they say it can work on other lasers as well. So
Nice. This entire month, I haven't done not one video at all, other than our lives and shorts. I've been kind of going through my channel and redoing all my SEL scores and making sure my video rankings.
In fairness, this is really the only one of these lives you've been on for any length of time either. So
Well, no, well, I guess woodworking, yes, but not DTF, DTG, and T-shirt and apparel. Yeah, so we have a whole nother podcast that's kind of doing the same. But the only difference is those. Like, I would say we're not competitors, right? We do the same thing. Our channels are about the same thing. Our followers like us because we collaboratively answer things. But on those type of things, those channels, those videos, they are competitors. Like, you're like the DTF Superstore and, you know, another store. And somehow, some way, people are like, dude, how'd you get them to talk on the same video? You know. But yeah, kind of crazy.
Well, I did manage to post one video this month, and that was actually nothing related to lasers or 3D printers. It's on LED floodlights to light up boat docks. And I posted that one this morning. I do reviews on some oddball stuff once in a while. And this just happened when I got offered to do this light. I thought, yeah, I've got a good use for that. Well, I no more than put it up. And then the neighbors wanted one. And then the other neighbor wanted one up the camp along the river. So yeah, I got a couple commissions and threw that on the video as well. But yeah, it was a good thing for what it was, but it doesn't have anything to do with what we talk about here.
Yeah, I just did a video on an automatic pool filter cleaner. You know, the bottom, but it sucked.
Was it one of them little robot ones that's supposed to crawl around? And
haven't you heard that you're supposed to niche down your channel as much as possible?
Well, you know, the thing is that woodworking, right? So we did like some cool things around the pool. Some cool things around the pool, and built some decorative decking and a bar stables top. Yes, still waiting on the shirts. So I've been a little bit crazy, but I'm back to normal now. So we'll be getting those shirts going. I promised everyone shirts for themselves, as well as be able to shirts for our viewers.
I did say I was going to send you an updated, my new logo.
Yep.
Conrad, I will do that.
Conrad, if you want something too, you're welcome to that. So when I put those shirts out, the only thing I'll be covering the cost of the shirts itself as well as shipping, but the manufacturer who manufactures the actual printers will be covering the cost of all the prints. And as well as for our viewers, they will be giving a promo code that they can get anything they wanted printed for free.
Sweet.
So if they want to try it, they just pay the shipping, which is nothing. So,
gee, Stephen, I think your super sticker button is stuck.
you remember that NBA Jams? He's on fire.
It's making it rain tonight.
Yeah. You didn't even have to show your feet. Can you believe it? You're already getting all that kinds of money. Well, it's good to see regulars. We're definitely building our following. They come on a hump day. Happy hump day.
We should have some kind of a random draw and invite one of them to come actually live on the channel with us.
That's a cool idea. Are you guys interested in doing that?
I told Corby I wanted him to come on because he's always a comedic element.
Oh, Corby is the dad joke?
No.
Who's the dad joke guy?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Yeah, Steve. Steve is one who actually, I believe, emailed me and asked if I was all right because I hadn't seen me in the lives for a while. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. It actually meant a lot to me. I opened it up and I showed my wife. I said, "See, people do care."
They like me. They really like me.
Yeah. And more influencers I talk to, and I'm like, "Hey, man, is your wife geeky into you doing this?" She's like, "No, they don't like it at all." Like, okay, then I don't feel so bad.
I'm I was trying to convince my wife to quit work and just come and work full time on my stuff. Although I made the fatal mistake of saying I needed a lackey.
Oh.
And then I refined it and said, what I really need is a manager.
In life and in work, right?
Yes, I really need a manager.
Not a life coach. I need a life coach.
Well, what I'd like is for someone to edit my videos because I don't have time. I've gotten very good though at by the time I finish recording it, it's basically laid out in my video editing, and I just have to kind of snip the ends and squeeze them together and clean up the audio and stuff. So that part is actually relatively streamlined now. But
yeah. So speaking of sticking to your niche. I told you guys for Mother's Day, I kept asking everyone, what are you guys making for Mother's Day? What do you make for Mother's Day? And I wrote that song for my wife. It's like 1.1 million views on TikTok. And they want me to do an album. Now I have 2 different artists that want me to help promote them. And I'm just like, holy cow. Whoops.
Yeah. Okay. I'm clicking. There we go. Yeah, I've been doing that for 28 years. It is I'm sure no coincidence that anytime we have anything that's boneless, I will find a bone in mine. Very sharp, small, just so I can slide down. I make passive accusations about, my wife trying to kill me for the insurance money.
Yeah.
My wall can be anything I want. I could probably find like a Backstreet Detroit or something.
Well, he lives on the holodeck.
This is actually Yosemite.
It's all virtual.
No, it isn't. This is real. Look. I can actually go back here. See?
He's gonna get his hand wet. Go pull out a fish.
Well, maybe just for fun, you should try something ghetto sometime and get on the back streets and down the dark alleys.
Yeah, maybe. I did actually find one of like it was like New York or something, but it wasn't like back alleys. It was some reasonably good part of the city.
I agree to this comment right here. My wife was a proofreader at a local newspaper for many years, so it comes in handy. Yeah, my wife will did you read what you wrote? And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, edits my Facebook posts,
See, my wife spent many years in intellectual property management, writing IP deals and stuff. And anytime someone sends me a contract for something, I just hand it to her and say, go read this. And she hacks and slashes. And it's like, don't say that. You're giving away your firstborn. It's like, well,
the only person
that's not such a bad thing.
Okay, do you guys, do your wives watch your videos?
No.
Okay, mine won't either. I thought maybe I was just unique in that, but she's only ever watched one, and that's because the great-granddaughter was in it.
I think my wife goes out of her way to make a conflict with YouTube.
See, I've actually requested to my wife that she not watch them.
No,
I can't handle that kind of pressure. even though every time I turn on my television, there's the YouTube app spews a few things across the screen, and my videos are always there every time there's a new one. And she's like, "Yeah, don't click on it."
So a buddy of mine, we're at a barbecue, and he sits down. He says, brother, I turned the TV on the other day, and YouTube was logged in, and guess who was on there? You. So I told my wife, who was watching this? She's like, I was. He goes, my wife was watching you on YouTube on our TV. I'm like, all right, yeah, not worry about it. You're good. Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, it's I prefer anonymity within my own house.
So
Oh.
I have a question for you guys. Have you ever been recognized in public from YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've only been recognized once.
Actually, I got recognized from YouTube when I was in Foley, Alabama last year, which really just floored me. This guy is like, oh, I know you. You're that YouTube guy that does the 3D printing and the lasers and the sublimation. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Well, I watch your channel all the time. Oh, cool. Glad to meet you, I guess. Kind of surprised me. I've had a few local people here that will recognize me because they, well, obviously they're local, and I'm out and about quite a bit. And a couple of them know where I live, which is a little scary, but
Yeah, I saw a comment on one of your videos. The guy actually said where you lived, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a little."
yeah,
like,
he actually bought something from me. That's why he knew I was where I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Warrior Woman, it's called Songfish. Fish. Let me butcher that. I'm gonna have to Google it. Songfish, something like that. That was the website that you hired an artist to actually sing the lyrics you wrote.
Finch.
There's many days when I feel like watching a quilting video. Calm the mind.
Yeah. Oops. How did I know that you guys were doing this?
Doing what? What'd we do? Nobody saw us.
It wasn't us.
Back in my working life, I'd written a few books, tech books, and I was at a conference one time, and this guy who was a little disturbingly nerdy, because it's a computer conference, whips a copy of my book out and says, "Can you sign this for me?" And I went, "What? This is just weird." So that was my first book. My mother and that guy are the only ones who have signed copies of my book. So
nice. Warrior Woman, it's called Songfish. I can drop a link if you want later, but they gave me an affiliate link.
So what you're really saying is this AI engine wrote a #1 hit.
No, I wrote the actual words.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
and
I
it
wrote
the music.
No, it's a real artist. So you get to go through and you look at their library and see what they want, and then they sing it. And then the guy who actually wrote mine, he's like a 4-time Grammy award-winning ghostwriter.
Oh.
So
this is kind of like Fiverr for music.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So then I own the rights of the song. I have the music notes for the actual instruments and all that playing in the background, as well as the, like sheet music, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then so SoundCloud and what's that app for the radio stations?
Oh, geez, yeah. Well, there's
the one everybody listens to, not Pandora, but the other one.
Did you upload it to Spotify?
Spotify wants me to put it on there.
Of course, Spotify wants everybody to put their music up there.
Yeah, but Spotify told me that I have to jump through some hoops before I put it on Spotify. Like, I actually have to copyright the song.
Yeah.
And they told me, like, hey, like, do this, and then copyright the song, have the words of the song, and then if other people use it, and I was like, oh wow, like this is like, it was just a song to my wife. It's turning out to be like a legit thing. Yeah, and they'll put it on everything. iHeartRadio, everything. Yeah, it's
the inevitable question.
How much did it cost? It was like $300 something.
That's not bad. You got reproduction rates, right?
Yeah. It was been like $200, but I paid the extra for a cover art, which looks like a vinyl record, and the words all wrote in a circle, and then the sheet music. So it's like $200 if you just did the song. So I just got the extras. So, and it's, dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm not whatever, but if you listen to the song, it sounds like something you hear on the radio. It sounds totally legit.
Geez, everybody's putting out volunteering new names here for new services. Sirius, I know. iHeart.
Yeah.
Sirius,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I'll see what happens. But
Let's
like I
mean-
said, I wasn't. I don't think it's like one of those things you quit your day job. Like Snoop Dogg said, he had like 200 million views and he got like 180,000. I don't by any means think I'm gonna get that kind of
Geez,
views.
that sounds a lot like YouTube.
You know, you
Yeah,
guys make a
super.
lot more on me. You guys make a lot more than me on YouTube. I honestly, when as far as YouTube, when I was
Okay,
following,
but a lot more is you know a relative term, right? You make
I'm saying a
$1, I'll
lot
make
more because
$1.50.
I'm not I'm saying a lot more because I know we've discussed this and I'm not putting your business out there, but you make more than me on YouTube. Both of you do. But I focused on just the brand deals and took my focus off YouTube. And if to me, YouTube is a free website. If I was to go
Yeah.
on my GoDaddy and host all my videos, it'd cost me a fortune because they're so huge. So to me, it's a free platform to put on my videos, and whatever I make off YouTube, I'm happy. But the reality is, I want $8,000 stuff like this behind me for free, and that's to me my compensation.
So you've discovered that being an influencer is just really the ability to influence companies to give you free stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
See, I'm trying to reduce the amount of free stuff I get. For
So
one thing,
how-
it's not really free because you got to work for 30 hours to make a video.
Right. I told someone a full review is 300 hours, and they said, "How do you figure?" And I put down everything that I do, which is about 12 videos, all the stuff, create 5 shorts. I said a full review is about 300 hours. How much do you make an hour? And I told him. And he said, "Oh." But then the other thing is like this guy right here, this one, right? When you would search Reyes 30-watt 30-watt Reyes laser and Google, they wouldn't come up at all. And maybe on the 3rd, 4th, 5th page, I don't know, but they didn't come up on the first. And after I did their reviews, not only did they rank #1 on Google, they ranked #1 on YouTube, they ranked #1 on Google videos. 71% of all their traffic is coming from Google, and I proved it. I said, here you go. And the 2 companies that I beat, a $240,000 AdSense account. I said I beat $240,000 ad campaign in 7 videos.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to know what you're worth too.
So how many
You want it free too.
how many things do you guys get offered to do reviews and demonstrations on that have absolutely nothing to do with what you normally do? Because I get them
100 a
every
day.
day.
Oh,
100 a
yeah.
day. About 100
I
a day.
mentioned the robotic lawnmower. I might
I got
actually do that
offered
video
clay.
because I do actually need a robotic lawnmower just to save me 4 hours a week.
So I got offered clay. Now, okay, I have to say, my son is in a lot of my videos with me. You know, he got coined for saying, "We got this," you know, and so that people were writing on my videos, "We got this," and I didn't realize, oh shit, like they realized he would say that all the time. And then my son got sponsored by Nike. I'm not supposed to say that either, but you know, I got a message from Nike, and I was like, I don't believe you're Nike. If you email me from Nike.com, then I believe you. So my son reviews his shoes. They send him shoes. He tries them on, wears them, and sees how they work. They ask Matt all these questions. You send them back. When you send them back, you get paid. You know, and you don't get paid till you send the shoes back. But yeah, but so many weird things like the clay, and that's why I said I get the whole. And my son's geeky into robots. He's obsessed with robots. Like we have like the robot vacuums, and now that's how we got to the pool things because he says those things on the video. So now the pool vacuums are showing up, you know. But clay, knives, you know.
Well,
I want
the
to.
one- The one that really cracked me up, I got it about a month ago, was a hair straightener.
Mm.
Do I need that?
Yeah,
No,
you know,
another one was self-cleaning sheets. I even asked my wife about that. I said, "Have you ever heard of self-cleaning sheets?" I go, "How the hell does that work?" And she said, "Well, get some. We'll try them out." I said, "No, I ain't doing that." That I do a few off-the-wall things on my channel, but I try to keep it, tool related or homeowner related or that type
Yep.
of thing. I'm not going to go off on these tangents with like self-cleaning sheets, and obviously a hair straightener wouldn't work too well.
Just I'm thinking about starting a channel. Do you recommend a short to start?
No,
No,
Yep.
no.
no.
So this
There
is
you go.
what I would,
You got two different opinions here.
so this is what I would say. Okay, I would say that make a video, a long video, like a regular video, but then use a software like Opus to create at least 5 shorts of your full video. And the reason that I'm saying that is because our live right now, right? It's about lasers and woodworking, right? So the keywords or how you're finding your videos are about that. But when that software goes through the AI and it picks and chooses these 5, and Steve's been asking me how I do this. So these 5 things, it gives you an SEO score. It says these 5 key topics that you spoke on are a 99 or 98% SEO score. These are the 5 best topics you spoke about in this 2-hour video. But now you're not putting the search or the details of the description of the video of laser woodworking. It's that specific topic that you talked on. Like this is about woodworking laser. You just asked, how do you start a YouTube channel? So, or that's just an example. But now you're actually uniquely identifying that particular moment in the video on that. So that instead of, so you can, how do I say this? You can only put so many keyword descriptions. Your description can only be so long. But you don't want to be overcomplicated because then it messes up Google. But if you portion down that video to the short terms, you could really key in on that portion of the video. And then that video is linked to your long video. Okay. So the flip side of that coin is this. Yeah, when you have short-term content, like Daniel started with short-term content. Daniel has 100,000 subscribers, right? But when you look at some of our views blow his away. He's got like 2 million views on 7 videos of him just doing this with a piece of wood, right?
Yeah.
So but if you look at the rest of his videos, they don't have the views like we have. So the idea is this, that YouTube is promoting shorts because they're competing with TikTok, right? So, but you're not going to grow long-term growth with TikTok videos because you get people short attention spans. That's my opinion. So my thing is that take the content you really want to promote and make 5 shorts of it that link to your long-term content, but do the exact opposite on TikTok. TikTok is trying to compete with YouTube just the same way as YouTube's trying to compete with TikTok. And if you put a video on TikTok that's over 58 seconds, they'll promote you. Hence why we talked about the song I made for my wife. Now, mind you, it was on Mother's Day. And it was a song to my wife. So that may have been a reason I went viral. They promoted me. But the song, it's over 58 seconds. And that same video on YouTube got like 100 views. So use the TikTok. So use YouTube for shorts to recommend your long term. And use TikTok.
But the operative there is you still have to make something long, right?
Yes.
Well, what I found out with my channel was when I started experimenting with shorts. Yeah, with shorts, if you want to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, shorts are kind of the way to go. You'll get subscribers real fast. But
Right.
what I found out was when I started posting shorts, yeah, my subscriber number went up, but that's not what's important. What's important was monetization went down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I pulled the shorts. I don't even have any shorts up anymore.
I publish a short when it makes sense to be a short, not because it's a snippet out of some long thing. That's all. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of shorts, but I think it's just the niche I'm in, right? Like you can't really do anything exciting with a laser or a CNC machine in 30 seconds or a minute.
But I have actually taken a 30-minute video that's me creating something and cut it down and speed it up like 700%.
Yeah, you can do that. But the value of it gets chopped by 700%, right?
Agreed. But like I said, I'm just trying to compete with that. So,
yeah,
it's there's good and bad to both sides, you know, and it's just
Yeah.
if you want to play both sides, then use them for the advantages. So the two big conglomerates when it comes to social media is TikTok and YouTube.
The other thing with the longer form videos, if you're an affiliate and you're going to be getting commissions from a possible sale of a laser or whatever doodad or gizmo, a little hard to put that into a short. But if you've got it in your long video, and I actually make more in commissions than I do in YouTube monetization.
Yeah,
But
me too.
YouTube is what drives it.
on YouTube, but on TikTok, you could do a 58-second ad and get paid. Like I just got my TikTok monetized. Well, I just chose to. I could have done it a long time ago. And now on TikTok, TikTok's different. TikTok, you literally click on monetization, and it'll bring up 5,000 companies to say they want what I advertised. And all you gotta do is click it and say, "Send me free product." And they say, once you receive it, $7, and then they already have an agreed commission percentage, 28%, $50 per whatever. So I was like, wow.
I don't do TikTok. I just don't want to screw with it. I don't have time for it.
Yeah, but the thing to me is that, like, okay, so I've had YouTube 8 years, but I would say I've really been only doing the influencer thing for 3, right? I've had YouTube for 8 years, but it was more for commenting. I really wasn't trying to be an influencer. The last 3 years I have. But so it took me all of that time to get 3 million views. And on TikTok, I got 3 million views in like 8 months.
So have you tried OnlyFans yet?
No, I only support Steve, and that's it. The Silver Fox. You guys Google it, the Silver Fox.
Yeah, I will have to admit I have never even looked at OnlyFans. I know what it is, but
I have not either. So
don't lie, Silver Fox.
if I'm on OnlyFans, then you know, there's some lawyers going to get involved.
You know that I can AI regenerate you, right?
Oh, I know. It's a little terrifying what AI is doing to the world.
Hey, Warrior Woman, if you want to take this offline and you want to deeper dive into that, or you need some tips, do me a favor, just send me an email, rick.ramirez@ricks2cents.com, rick.ramirez@ricks2cents.com. I'll be glad to give you some pointers and maybe even give you some templates that I use.
Yeah, the thing is just get started. Just do it.
And the other thing to me is that you don't have to have the best camera. You don't have the best audio. Just get started. I have a Vogue video. It's the most viewed video on my YouTube page, and it's horrible. But guess what? People still comment to this day. It's going crazy.
Yeah.
I showed it to you. Why don't you delete it?
You know, a couple of my very first videos are, like, I should say, not so good, but they've got a whole ton of views. And
right.
I'm still getting views and comments on them. I thought, wow, this, you know, the audio and the video, it's just crap. You know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't have my early videos. I've parked them, so they're not out there anymore. But they're terrible, right? And that's the thing you have to be prepared for. Is the first, I'd say, 8 or 10 videos at least that you do are going to be awful, and you just have to live with it.
Yeah,
and air conditioner just.
And you're going to have to get used to talking to a camera.
Yes, get
I know a lot of people have a problem with that. I was a DJ for years, part-time, so I had no problem talking to large groups. But at first, just sitting in a room talking to a camera, like, this is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll get over it pretty quick.
Especially when your spouse or significant other is like, you're a nobody and you get no views and you're still making these videos. And they're like, you think you're just a loser making these videos? Just be that little that was that train. I think I can. I think I can. I think I keep going, and you'll get somewhere. But
it'll take you a while to get found. But once you get found and you get some followers, and the algorithm will pop you up there, and yeah.
I was kind of lucky actually when I got started. It was like my third video went viral and it got like 100,000 views, and I still had like 50 subscribers. It was crazy.
Nice.
And that kind of kicked everything off. That
was that breakdancing video, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're starting, the best way to start is to do things like like top 5 lists of things or head-to-head comparisons of products. Those things get views because people are spending money to buy things, and they want to know if it's any good, so you can provide an opinion. And that's kind of how I got started.
And here's the other thing, and I'm just pulling something because it's in front of me. Comparisons. So it doesn't have to be some $2,000 item, right?
Yeah.
So people legitimately they're standing in Home Depot, they're looking at a tool, or any store, and they're like, should I buy this or should I buy this? Do comparison. If you have something that's some comparison videos to say, hey, if I was to do this again, I would buy this because of this, or this lasts because of this. You can do that for anything. A blender, a refrigerator, you're replacing your dishwasher. Why did I get a different amount than the one I had? Just be genuine, and don't try to be too well polished, or don't try to act. Just be the person you are. Right?
Yeah. And when you're ready to spend money to grow your channel, spend it first on a microphone and second on a camera. You can use your phone for a long time. Daniel still uses his phone.
Right. Yeah. So I got these.
Yeah, those are the DJI wireless mics.
Yeah, and they were pretty good. I want to get the DJI webcams. I'm still using this when I do my lives, but on my videos, I'm using the Insta360.
Yeah, how do you like that? That's a version 3.
Yeah. So, I didn't like it when it first came out because it was crappy, and that was a firmware issue. It would just crash all the time. It sucked. I'm an influencer for Insta360, and I made an unboxing video and stopped. And the reason is because I thought the hardware was awesome, but the firmware just wasn't there. It would just crash, overheat, get hot. 3 firmwares later, I use that for everything.
The new version 4 one's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I've been tempted to get one.
No, they're awesome. I can't say nothing bad against them at all. But just like anything else, growing pains. When you get something that's like first time it comes out, like I had it literally like the first week that it was like available for purchase. I had it, so it was buggy. But now, you go for it. I think they're past those weeds.
Yep. And then when you get to, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers, then companies will start to reach out to you and say, hey, review my stuff.
And
I get people, they ask me to wear like their shirts. It's like, I'm lucky to wear my own shirt, let alone,
no kidding.
let alone any shirt.
I would say this too. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone that you really want to or aspire to be.
Yeah.
So, if you want to be, you want to review APC products, you want to review DeWalt products, Milwaukee, doesn't matter who it is, send them an email. And it's like doing an interview, right? When you're applying for a job, if you haven't done an interview in a long time, you suck. So just get that worked out. But the other flip side of that coin is, besides the negotiating skills, besides the interaction, if by some miracle they actually take you serious, even though you don't have a large following, always reply to that same email chain. Hey, how's it going? I haven't talked to you. Last time I talked to you was a year ago. A year ago, I had 500,000 followers. I have 2.6 million now. I've been persistent. I'd love to still be on your team. Let me know how we can work this out. And I'm like, holy cow, they're going to see your growth,
DaVinci Resolve is my vote.
I use DaVinci Resolve. I
use Adobe Premiere.
So DaVinci's nice because it's the one Hollywood uses for the most part. There's a free version of it that'll do almost everything you're ever going to want to use, or ever going to want to do. And then if you want to do things like I shoot in S-Log3 and I can do.
Hold on, stop. Say what that is.
Oh, it's a broadband color. So it's like, well, I could show
Right.
you what it looks like if I turned my camera to S-Log3, but it's very flat when you pull it off the camera, but it's got a lot of pixel depth, so you can play with the color and do all kinds of crazy things with it. But you can't edit that stuff with the free version of DaVinci. But you won't have to do that for the first 2 or 3 years of a YouTube channel anyway. So,
And those files are normally a lot larger, right? Because it's a
yeah.
raw
I
file.
shoot.
Huge.
So it's like the raw video, the
Right.
raw
Yeah.
version
Yeah.
They're huge.
video.
Well, and I shoot ProRes off my video recorder too, so it's already it's big anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I fill up a 256 gig drive pretty quickly, so that's
Yeah.
why I have 2 of them over there.
Yeah, I have 8 terabytes. You know, 4 8 terabytes.
Well, no, this is just on my video recorder. I've got I don't know 64 terabytes on my NAS, where all the video ends up ultimately. But
right, same with me.
My Ghost Stream deck also records the video, but like you say, you can fill up a 128 gig card really fast.
What do the other guys use?
Well,
I think you may have. We were out kind of answered that.
some use Adobe. I've never been an Adobe fan because of their subscription base, and I started out with DaVinci Resolve on the free version. I've got the paid version now because get the extra features.
Apple has Final Cut. I know people who use it, but
yeah, Final Cut Pro.
It's too expensive. The nice thing about DaVinci is it is a pro tool, and if you do want to buy it, so I actually pay for it. Well, I paid for it, and I got pull it out here. I got an editing control panel.
That's bad.
As well as the software that does everything, and I think it was, I don't know, $200-300. Like, it was cheap when I got it. So, and it's a pro tool, which is nice.
Yeah, you can get pretty exotic with some of the stuff. This is what I'm operating off of right now.
So, by the way,
audio-
Rod, your audio sounds great. So, what changes did you make?
I'm running through a Canon audio mixer right there. That's this one up here. This is my video switcher and recorder down here.
Nice. So, how are you interfacing your camera to your laptop?
It's HDMI through this Ghost Stream deck. And
Okay.
then the Ghost Stream deck is USB'd into my laptop. And I could go, I'm on 1080p. I could actually go 4K if I wanted to.
Nice.
Yeah, I shoot 4K.
Yeah, I shoot 4K
now.
too.
When I shoot videos, I shoot 4K, but for the live stream here, it doesn't really make any sense because you're not going to get it anyway.
Yeah, you
I
can
was
only
shooting
get
at 8.
to 1080.
I was shooting in 8K because YouTube was doing this thing supposedly that they were trying to promote 8K and they prioritize your video if you're in 8K. But the problem is that they would take like 2 weeks, sometimes up to 2 weeks, to like process your video. I'm like, forget it. I just went to 4K. Wasn't worth it. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Our 2 cents on that, just but it's good to have a collaborative differences of opinion, But I think the priority rate was agreed upon, right? Your audio.
Yeah, start with audio. People will put up with pretty crappy video, but they won't put up with bad audio.
Right. But the other thing is software can fix some pretty crappy audio too. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And DaVinci can do that, but only in the paid version. The newest feature on audio in DaVinci in the latest version, which is version 19, I think, is you can pull in a soundtrack, like a music track, and you can randomly decide you don't like the guitar in it, and you can remove the guitar, which is kind of cool.
Wow. That's crazy.
Or any instrument, you could remove the voice, so you could make anything an instrumental. Yeah, it's kind of cool. That's AI hard at work.
Yeah, take the voice out, add your own, and turn it into karaoke. So there you go.
Compete with Rick on the music scene.
I think Daniel uses VN video editor.
It's Android and iPhone centric, so when you shoot it right on the camera, you can on the phone, you can edit it right from there.
Nice one.
Yeah, if you have an iPhone, you can edit with iMovie.
Yeah, and
you can also record. So DaVinci, Blackmagic, who makes DaVinci, also has a camera recording app on iPhone.
nice.
And that's what I actually use when I'm shooting B-roll stuff. So anytime you see a shot of something in my workshop, it's done with that.
And if you're not really good with audio settings, adjusting all that, Adobe has a app called Podcast, and you can upload it. So if you, people who do these podcast editing, the audio sounds a little different. Like it has like a little more bass in your voice. It has a unique sound.
Well, in part because they're talking on a higher end mic and they're talking like this close, right? Like,
right.
So
the Adobe Podcast changes it to sound like that. Exactly, Steve. You sounded. You proved the point.
It's
exactly
it's the nighttime disc jockey sound, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a Shure mic, right?
Yeah. This is actually not a high end one. It's just I don't know, it's like $300 or something. But I keep looking at the Sennheiser MKH50, but that one is a little pricey. Like
the Shure mic that's right above that one though. It has that stupid ass adapter and
the SM7B.
Yeah,
is the next one up.
I looked at it one back and forth, but you look at any well-to-be podcast, they all have those Shure mics. That's pretty standard.
Well, I compared actually this one to the SM7B, which is twice the price of this one easily, almost 3 times the price. And they sounded pretty similar. Like this one is good. It's very directional. Like I have my air conditioner running up there right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but
no,
it's literally like I'm touching it, right? So so it's got very good isolation directionally, which is what you're looking for with a podcast microphone.
Yeah. So if anyone has podcast equipment that you want to send us, let us know. Just saying.
I just gave some away today. This microphone is the CMV7 or MVC7. It's the next one down anyway. But I don't mind this mic actually. I looked at more expensive ones and just went, this one is fine.
So
then you can get it into audio, the audio portion of DaVinci, and you can massage it anyway if you want to.
Nice.
Well, the mic I'm using here is on this headset. This is actually a real high-end gaming headset. I don't game, but I have to wear a headset because I have CRS. That means I can't hear stuff. So if I were trying to use speakers up here, I'd have to have them turned up so loud. There'd be feedback all over the place. That's why I wear a headset. And the mic on this is actually pretty good.
So are you wearing AirPods or earbuds in order to be able to hear members on the panel? No, I'm using my speaker on my laptop. What are you guys using?
My speakers. Well, I have monitors, small monitors.
Yeah, I just don't have the volume of super loud. Otherwise, you'll hear an echo. But I also have noise canceling on the mic. So
yeah, my speakers are literally right behind this microphone, and again, it's directional, so it doesn't pick up anything from behind.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the DJI mic's pretty good too. I mean, obviously, you see how close I am to my laptop. But I've been wanting to.
This crap there is.
I've been wanting to.
While we continue this conversation, someone feel free to ask a laser question.
Yeah,
or a PNC or a workshop question. But if you want to know about YouTube, we can talk about that too.
Hey, that's cool though, man. That's what I said. That's the point of the live. We don't really know the nature of the beast until we start rolling. Yeah.
But I think if you want to start a YouTube channel, there's lots of help. There's certainly lots of good YouTubers who specialize in just working on video, on how to create YouTube. but I mean, I'm sure I'll certainly help if you have questions, but anyone I think will help you, because it is hard. It's
Yes.
like when I started YouTube, I thought it would be easy because 6-year-olds can become millionaires on YouTube, and it's like, it must be easy then.
Yeah.
No, it's hard.
I would definitely say find a niche, and stick to your niche. It's okay to go off course once in a while, but it's easier to grow a following. And it also, because find a niche that you're not copying. Like I didn't do lasers because Steve was doing lasers, something I was geeky
Sure.
into, because it's going to come across as a copycat, right? If you're actually interested in something, you're more genuine in it. So do something you're really interested in. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
what it is.
Take your hobby and turn it into a YouTube channel.
Exactly. Right. Or take something you suck at and learn it and prove that, look at these guys that do these body transformations, dad bod, big chubby fat dude, you know what I mean? And he starts doing sit-ups, and 8 months later he's pretty beefy and he's got 2 million views now. You know what I mean? So you don't need whatever. I think about this on eBay, 122 refurbished Crowdy 3D printer. All right, Roger, you're up.
Okay, I've got an Ender 3 V3 right there, and I bought it new. That one wasn't given to me or anything. I bought it new just to see how it would be, and it was about $200. Of course, I had a problem with it right out of the box. It wasn't put together correctly from the factory on the hot end, but I eventually figured it out. Of course, Creality's tech support is like 0, as a lot of people know. But overall, it's a good printer. The thing with buying a refurbished one on eBay is the seller may or may not stand behind it. This Creality won't be any help if you don't buy it. They're not really any help anyway, but there'll be 0 help if you don't buy it directly from them.
So let me ask you, Roger, how much of a saving is that? How much? What does that go for right now, new?
I'm thinking around 200.
Don't buy it used.
Yeah, I'd buy a new one for that.
Yeah.
Or you know what, eBay, you can make an off. Oh, it's from them.
Oh,
you said it's from them.
It's
Okay,
still
well,
they probably got
maybe-
one back that somebody couldn't figure out or whatever, and did their whatever they do, and it'll be obviously used. But
if it has a warranty, then and they'll stand behind it. Then $80 is $80, right?
yeah, it's my whole thing is with Creality, and I've got quite a few Creality printers. If you need tech support, you're better off to go on one of the forums or on one of the Facebook forums or a YouTube video and look for help, because Creality is not so good.
That's definitely the good thing about a community, right? The manufacturers can be kind of crappy, but when you have a growing community or interest in a product, you can definitely have people collaboratively helping each other, and that's really good. And not all manufacturers have that. Even good products, sometimes the manufacturers try to crack down too much on their Facebook pages, and they don't allow their following to grow openly, right? They want to kind of control that, and that's why you'll see non-official Facebook pages for those manufacturers.
Yeah.
And on this comment here, I have I've done the same thing. I bought return printers, and sometimes you have a problem with them, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's like, I don't know what was wrong with this person. There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, but the companies don't take time to figure it out, right? Because there's so little overhead on a $200 3D printer. I mean, think about that, right? They made it, they put it in a box and shipped it to you from China, and it's still $200, and somebody made money.
Yeah,
Steve, if you need Roger's phone number, just let us know. We'll put it in the comments.
Well, Steven knows how to get a hold of me. We're both enjoying the same beverage here tonight. So
yeah, I did discover that you can buy almost every single part that Creality has for their printers on AliExpress. They sell them
Alibaba. Yeah.
Well, AliExpress is a little different than Alibaba, but same thing.
Yeah, it's just the small volume site, but like one-off.
That's cool.
And it's usually like a fraction of the price. Like I took, as an example, I took the controller board for the K1 Pro, and from Creality it's like $200, $250, and from AliExpress the exact same board is $88.
So that's definitely not my number. So
Okay, Roger, what number is that? You're from Chicago.
Is it like a pizza place?
no idea. I'm on the other side of the state.
Empire.
Empire.
588-2300.
Okay.
Empire.
Yeah, didn't get it right away. Yeah, I've seen the
Oh, those are
commercials.
like the flooring people, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? You kind of look like the guy from who owns Empire too.
Uh,
Now they come to think
I've got
about
the look right here. So
that's his secret success. He never told us he owns Empire. Oops. Yeah, the flooring. See, everybody remembers those.
there's a towing company here locally that tows
Yep.
your car if you get in a ditch or you break down or whatever. And they ran their radio ads so much for so many years that if your car breaks down, you dial 391-9666. It's car dead, call Fred. I mean, it's
Yeah, they're in Aurora, Illinois.
that everybody has that hammered into their head, and you're stuck somewhere. That's pretty much who you call.
Yeah, too funny. Once in a while, they re-release their commercials, and it's so funny because it's like an old Bonneville. The guy opens that green door and it falls off in the street. I don't know if you've ever seen that commercial.
If it's an old Bonneville, it would take 3 people to lift it up and put it back on the car.
Oh yeah.
150-pound door.
At least.
Yeah.
Well, any questions out there regarding pretty much anything? Maybe even drive-in movies. I don't know. I haven't been to one of them in a long time.
Are
I
there
know,
any
man.
left?
There was one in West Chicago.
Oh,
It was
there's one close to here. It's in Macokota, Iowa, not too far from here.
There's still 2 of them here in Tampa.
So
Oh,
there was
and
one
there's
here.
the-
What? Go ahead.
The Highway 61 drive-in.
Yeah. There was one in
US
West,
61, Illinois.
there was one in West Chicago, Illinois. It was there like since the 50s. They closed right before COVID. It's like, oh my God. And they closed because they thought they were going to sell the lot to some company because it's on North Avenue, which is a big main road in Illinois.
Could have milked a couple more years out of it at that point.
Millions. Because,
Yeah.
when you couldn't go anywhere, you just stood in your car watching a movie. They just could have closed the food court, Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your own sandwiches.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, anyone got any questions? Let us know. And I did promise on the last live that I was on that I'm going to learn how to use the StreamYard feature where if you use a hashtag in the comments, it'll automatically draw who the winners are. So I'm going to reach out to the company after this live and talk to them about our shirts. So guys, if you do have any updated artwork, please send that to me.
I will do it first thing tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we'll get that going and we'll start doing some giveaways on the shirts for that. So that'd be cool. And Conrad, if you don't have a logo, I can make one for you.
I've got a little one that I made in 20 minutes in Tinkercad.
I can make like that. What is that? Mount Everest with all the presidents. It'll just be all of our faces like this.
Come on, I'm not even American and I know it's Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, whatever. Mount Rushmore. There you go. Mount Rushmore. There you go. Yeah.
If it was Mount Everest, it might have a different nationality president on it.
There's bodies on Mount Everest too.
Yeah, quite a few of them I hear.
Yeah.
There you go. So you guys got any upcoming projects you guys going to be making soon?
Yes. I don't know what they are yet though. I have to. I want to do a video on making chess sets at some point. That'll be like a multi-part thing, but that's that's an aspirational thing right now at this point. But
Okay,
I now have my rotary back on my CNC after
so when you say
taking
chess nuts, you mean the board, or do you mean the pieces, or both?
both and the
Oh,
box to put it in.
kick ass! I want to see that.
And I've got this cabinet to finish, and that's going to be 2 giant-size heavy-duty drawers. So that's on the woodworking side there. Why I volunteered to make that, I don't know, but I did.
I showed you the last chess set I made, right, Rick?
I'm not sure. I don't think I remember.
Let me see if I can find it. Goes a long way back. Yeah, I made one for somebody it was for a Christmas present.
So my uncle passed away. It was like a father. We were super close. Oh, that's nice. How's that a chess set?
That's not mine.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's nice.
That doesn't look anything like a chess set.
Nothing like a chess
Chinese
set.
checkers, or
I was trying to get it queued up, and it just goes straight through presenting. It won't put it on the
no
deck.
worries. Is that for the bathtub thing?
Yeah, made that for my daughter.
Nice.
It's all teak. The slot for the phone in there, and a tray for whatever, or plastic wine glass.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I know everyone's going crazy again with these stove tops. What are they even called?
Noodle boards.
Is that what they're called? Noodle boards?
Those things that
You
cover
made that?
stoves.
You
Yes.
made that.
I made everything you see there, from like rough pieces of wood. It was awesome. It was fun.
I'll buy one. That looks
That's fabulous.
Well, these are pretty high end, right? These aren't like your $20 Walmart.
I know.
chess
I'm
sets.
geeky. I'm geeky into chess. I played I like to play chess.
This one is like it's triple weighted, and which means like the king weighs I don't know 72 grams or something. Like it's pretty heavy, and even the inlay, you see the letters down at the bottom there.
Yeah,
they're maple inlaid into walnut.
It's very great.
Yeah, it was a fun little project, and I made a cherry box to put it all in. Yeah, this is what I'd like to do, but there's not a lot of volume in chess sets, right? So, but the people who want a high end set will pay money for them. But
what's that? 350, 400?
Yeah, keep going.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
So,
I mean, I could make one that's 350 or 400, but it wouldn't look like that one.
Okay.
So sublimation blanks from Temu. No.
Anything from Temu is bad news.
JDS.
I've bought a couple little oddball things from them and was not impressed.
Temu, have they been bugging you to like take one of their packages?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's like a weekly thing, and it's like, you make crap. Like I'm not gonna talk about your stuff.
So they told me they'd give me $1,000 to spend on Temu, right? And I ordered some stuff, and I got like a Game Boy, and like everything just looked like, oh god, I just no. I
It's
told him
an
like,
even
hey,
lower grade of a cheap item, right? For the most part.
Yeah, I mean I gave it to a 4-year-old, so my son like hits it with a hammer. I'm not gonna be mad, but just everything.
A guy came into my shop with a charcuterie board that was all like, there was like little pieces of white rubber stuck in all the resin, and he said, "Can you fix this thing?" And I looked at it. I said, "What the hell happened to it?" He said, "Well, I bought a mold from Temu." And he said, even though I put mold release in it, the mold still stuck to everything. And he said, I literally had to peel it off in pieces. So I did manage to fix it, but it was... So
JDS.com is a pretty good resource. They're not going to be as cheap as them, right? But they're going to have superior products. But a lot of people think you have to have a tax ID to order from them. You don't. You just have to register, have an account. And they stand behind their products. And the cool thing is that if you call them, they have crazy tech support, like 7 days a week. So like from, it not pressing right or ghosting, like they'll ask you what equipment, they have like every brand heat press, cup thing, everything you can think of in the industry when it comes to sublimation. So I'm pretty good.
I've pretty much, I'm pretty stuck on who I get my sublimation supplies from. If it's tumblers, and we use a lot of them, it comes
Right.
from Stainless Steel Depot. And if it's, T-shirts or something like that, once in a while I'll do Amazon. Most of the time it's Heat Press Nation.
I use Shirt Space for all my shirts. And for us, Roger, Shirt Space is in Illinois. So before I used to get my shirts that afternoon if I ordered in the morning. Now it's 2 days.
Do they give you the local citizen discount or anything?
It should. I asked them, can I just go pick it up myself? And they're like, no. But you guys are like, no, you
Yeah,
can't.
I can
come in
see.
here.
I can see you from my house.
And I'm like, come on, man. they won't let you in. But yeah, shirtspace.com, they're as far as apparel, and they have every brand. They're not like the generic knockoff brands where the shirt's short and or it's the Chinese brands 2X's like a medium. They have the
As far
Hanes,
as,
the
as far as
Champion.
mugs, like for coffee mugs, I get them from Mugsy.
Okay.
That's a brand I use all the time. The 36 in a case, and never get any broken ones. I probably shouldn't have said that, but never have any problem with them.
Yeah, there's some. You go to Facebook groups too, you'll find these Chinese sellers. You can buy factory direct, and I'm sure that's where the JDS and these guys buy them from, anyways. But
Yeah.
you have to do some research on finding reputable sellers, obviously.
Yeah, that's the AliExpress model, right?
Yes.
Like you can buy
I
anything.
can understand that from Temu, because if they don't put that little 2-cent silicone pad on there, they're saving money.
Yep.
Yeah.
And buying a new one to replace the ones that's missing, you're going to cost you more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I said sometimes it's just worth spending the more money, like the JDS.com type deal. You maybe you spend 80 cents more, but there's going to be no issues like at all. You know what I mean? It just depends. But if you can buy in factory direct for China, there's like, you're probably paying half. But then now you're paying the shipping costs. You're gonna have to buy them both. You can't order 12, right?
When
gotta
you're doing tumblers, like for example this one here, it's a tapered one, little Captain Morgan on there. You get a high quality tumbler. I mean, you're going to spend all the time and effort to do this. You don't want something that's just actually going to turn out to be crap.
Tumblers look okay, but I haven't subbed them yet.
It'll be, let us know how that works. I'm kind of curious on something from Temu that actually works right. Well,
Yeah. I've been waiting for someone to have some positive thing to say about Temu.
The only thing I would say too is with those cheap cups, if you use the yellow tape versus the blue tape, sometimes it'll ghost and leave the yellow on the white, right?
Oops. Sorry.
yeah.
So depending on what tape you have, if you have yellow tape and they're cheap cups, sometimes it'll ghost and leave the yellow like I don't even know what it is. It's just like yeah. So use the blue tape. Don't use the yellow tape, because that yellow tape will all of a sudden leave like this.
There's also a clear that won't ghost either. But yeah, the amber yellow colored tape that can ghost.
Yeah, I like that blue
Yeah, well,
tape.
that's Captan tape, right? Captan.
I have no idea.
Yep.
It's called by the color.
There's also a
Green.
green one.
Yeah, I have the green too.
I
I like the
only
blue
use
tape the best.
I only use blue tape.
Yeah, I like the blue tape the best.
This was actually 2 rolls stuck together, not one wide one.
I saw one YouTuber using blue painter's tape for sublimation. Don't do it. Just
No, that's not good.
don't do it. Nope. Just go buy it. Go
Just
buy it
say
off
no.
Amazon. It's super, super cheap. You won't ruin your cups. It won't melt. It won't cause a fire, and you'll be fine. And it'll be tight, because if it's not tight and it releases, then it'll ghost your image and you just ruin the cup.
And especially when you're doing the rotation in a tumbler press, if you don't have that good, what I call gluten tight, it's a German word for good and tight, is you'll have a ghost.
Right. Or some people use ovens, or they use. I use an oven, a toaster oven. I've seen people use air fryers.
Oh,
That seems
well,
a little extreme.
I've seen people use toaster ovens too and the heat shrink plastic. I have tumbler press and mug presses, so I do too many of them to be screwing around with heat shrink.
There you go. There's another voice in the affirmation of not using painter's tape for this.
Yep. Oh, here you go. I'm going to use a convection oven for starting out. That's what I use.
I use rolls of blue painter's tape, but I use it on CNC.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a good point right there. Do not use painter tape and do the sublimation over 7 years. Yeah, I have that Epson 570, but man, I haven't done a whole lot of sublimation. Everything's been DTG, DTF. I have a silkscreen press too, but I haven't, flash dryer, all that. I haven't really used that in a while either. DTF kind of just took over my shirt production.
Well, we do a lot of the 20-ounce tumblers, the straights, and then the 30-ounce tapered. And, I've got a system down, and I can crank them out pretty fast.
Yeah. But definitely taping them and making them tight is key. Any more questions?
I think I've only ever made one sublimation mug. It was for something appropriate, well, completely inappropriate actually, but appropriate for the situation, and that was it. And it worked, but
never heard of Cyclone ink. I use Hippo. I don't know if I got some of that close.
What's that man? And that, not trying to sound racist. He's a black guy. He sells crazy sublimation conversion things.
This is what I use. This is made by Hippo. Oop, get that up there. That's a full set for an Echo Tank printer.
Yeah, I don't have it converted, so I use genuine Epson ink.
Then my other printer is a Sawgrass SG-1000.
Yeah. I don't believe it. I think it's branded in the U.S.
Yeah, it might be made in USA from globally obtained products.
Hold on a second. Where's our?
It's the careful wording of packaged in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I mean, I believe you. I don't think you're lying, but I don't believe that. Here we go.
Or sometimes you'll see a little in like 1-point font down at the bottom, imported by XYZ Products Incorporated.
Yeah.
Well, the next comment there with a comparison, I've compared the Hippo ink on this Echo Tank to the Sawgrass SG-1000, and you absolutely cannot tell any difference. And the Sawgrass is like really expensive ink. So I couldn't tell any difference at all.
I'm gonna kick myself in the butt. My phone wasn't dead. You were saying I had things open in the back and I was making my video laggy, but I forget the name of that guy who does a lot of the sublimation. But if you go in any sublimation Facebook group, a lot of people tell you that what inks they're using. Yeah, ink is everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, time, temperature, pressure, ink density, the graphic itself, the type of paper you use,
color,
all kinds of things that make a difference.
And the other thing is that sometimes they'll have ink color profiles that you can import in your software that you're using. So and then again, that depends on how reputable the ink manufacturer is.
Well,
you do tiles too, right?
Do what?
Sublimation on tiles.
Oh yeah, we do. Actually, I got one laying here. It's coaster.
Yeah, see, that looks so badass. I bought, actually, Roger, a long time ago when I first saw your video doing that, I bought these. And I've never used them.
Yep. Looks like they haven't been in use.
Yeah, I saw that video you make and I bought those because I wanted to try it. But I started saying earlier.
We do the sublimation on this side of the tile, and then for the coaster back, we trademark them.
Cool.
That's done in the laser.
Super cool. So I'm going to attempt to do an inlay. And I was debating on either using a coaster, slate coaster, or that tile to put my uncle's picture on and do an inlay in one of those memorial flower boxes I make.
Oh yeah. About wearing laser glasses. If you got a class 1 laser, you don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm over here cutting the CO2 tonight. Get it.
Now you do have to be careful about class 1. So I'm looking at this Falcon 2 right now, and I have it says right on it. In fact, ironically, right below the label that says class 1 laser, there's a little air gap underneath in the cabinet, and it's like I'm standing in front of the laser and I see this blue line running across my chest, and it's like, what the hell? Like, this is not class 1.
Yeah, Roger, that is pretty cool with the cork back. Actually, I haven't seen anyone do that before, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we trademark all of our like candy boards. Even we make hundreds of them a year for beekeepers. The back panel will have our logo and made by Moonshine Crafts or Moonshine Designs, and made in USA. Little picture of an eagle.
Although you have gotten copyright infringements for a picture of your own home, so how well does that work out for you?
Well, I've constantly got somebody trying to hit me up for copyright something. That's why I don't bring one of my fiddles up here, because somebody probably call copyright and we get demonetized. So
copyright on a picture of his house. How you like that?
Yeah, it's just insane, the copyright crap I get all the time.
Yeah,
that's what happens when you have when 10% of your population is lawyers.
Yeah,
they got to have something to do.
It's crazy.
The best one though here was a few weeks ago when they called copyright on a picture of a tree that I had taken for our nursery website, and it was at the front of our house, and they're calling copyright on it, and I lit into him over that.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I've been lucky so far.
Nothing?
No. Well, I don't live in a litigious country either, so.
Oh man, don't start it. Don't start it. Don't make us go America on you.
We all get along, if I want to use Mickey Mouse, no one cares.
Oh man, you know when I first moved to Canada, it was definitely different to adjust. And they were so non-racist, they felt racist, and it was like, why? What I mean is, they were too nice. Like, hi, I'm.
Well, you see, you got to meet me in person, then you'll have a completely different perspective.
Yeah, they were so nice. I was like, why are you talking to me? It was weird. Yeah.
Well, some companies will grant you use for no charge as long as you're not reselling the logo itself. For example, this one, I showed this one a little while ago, Captain Morgan. Yeah, they'll let you use that, and I could sell these all the time, no problem, without having to pay a license. But I cannot sell that graphic. I can use it, but I can't sell it.
What was that country singer? I forget. That girl was making the tumblers, and she got caught, and the record label sued her for like millions. And he found out, and she was doing it because she just came in the hospital and lost her job, and she was trying to do sublimation, and the artist actually not only removed the lawsuit, but put her cups for sale on his website and apologized and gave her like $15,000, $20,000, something like that.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Nice.
Yeah, he was selling it. She was actually selling them on Amazon, and Amazon automatically like boom pulled the money back, pulled her account negative, and all kinds of stuff. And he called her, Zelled her money right away. How much money did you lose? 20,000. Here's 30. He gave her. I forget who it was. It was like a famous artist, a country artist. But yeah, crazy.
Well, since you mentioned Amazon, we had an Amazon return this week, and in the box was a rock.
So how does that work? Do
That
they
is
not actually?
not the first time.
So how does that work? Do they not open and verify? How does that work?
If a customer wants to return something, and on Amazon you can return almost anything for any reason, it just unless it's like underwear or something. But in this case, it was plants, and they said they died, and they put in a return, but instead of sending back the dead plants or the pots and the stuff that it was in, they sent me a rock. And I just took a picture, I reported it to Amazon. I won't get charged for it. But we've also had people send back an empty box. We've had people send back things that they didn't even buy from us. And over the years, yeah, I could write a book.
Luke Combs, there you go. So
Sounds like a good reason not to sell on Amazon.
Well, eBay's the same way with returns.
Yeah, I knew people that worked at Walmart, and people would try to return anything from Walmart, whether they bought it from there or not. They just bring it in the store and try to get it returned.
Oh, I was at Menards a couple of weeks ago trying to get to the service desk to get some propane tanks filled, and the guy ahead of me had a whole cart full of aluminum coils like you use for in a siding break for aluminum siding and that, and he was trying to return them. Well, it wasn't even the brand they sold there, and so he was arguing with the woman up there. I thought, geez, this went on. They had to get a manager, and you didn't buy them here, sorry.
Yeah, look, she was selling the cups for $380.
Wow.
So it was all over the news, and he said that he never gave them permission to do it. That's just, that's what they do for him. So they just automatically just sued her, shut down her Amazon account, and Amazon yanked all her money. It's crazy. But yeah, it was cool they did that though. You don't have to. So, but I'm sure, what do they say? He got a hell of a lot of publicity for that, right? Because he just did an album release.
Oh yeah,
he was on every radio station. He was on every radio station, every news station. So it worked out good for him as well. You hear my son, man? He is like trying to come through the floor. Ricky! Holy cow, that kid. I got him riding motorcycles now, and I'm behind him, and he's got this helmet on. And he's like, Dad, you don't need to ride with me anymore. I was like, yeah, I do. Why? Because you don't slow down on the turns. Like, he's like, whoa, I'm like, when you start taking turns like a normal human being, you can ride by yourself. Until then, I have to get back.
You have to learn about centrifugal force somehow, right?
Yeah.
Learn it the old-fashioned way in school, or you can learn it first principles.
Yep. Except if he flips over and break his arm, my wife will make me sell it. So I'm trying not to go down.
Oh yes, that's always a bad scene.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of the devil, here he comes. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah, I know. I just heard you pounding through the floor like you were trying to come through the floor. Say hi, Ricky.
Hi.
Yeah. I was just telling about you on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like to slow down on the curves?
No.
That's for wimps.
Yeah,
Well,
so it's a 110, so I just had to put the governor on as low as it'll go, right? Yeah. That's that's so my microphone works. Oh, there.
Why do you have no microphone?
You don't have a microphone on because you're not on this video. This is why I don't have my microphone on. But yeah,
It's not a star tonight.
your mom's calling you. Go upstairs.
Okay.
All right, love you. Bye. Yeah, he was really camera shy at first, and now he's like nothing. I gotta tell him, like, we had this like talk, like the father, when they give you that look, to shut up. In the video, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. It's a good look. He's like, yeah,
Just the look as opposed to actually saying anything.
yeah, because you can't. You're in the video, right? You gotta edit all that out. Too funny though.
Okay.
Anybody have any more questions? Anything they want to know about?
Yeah, we're a
Let
little
us know.
short on questions here tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious too. I do see a couple new faces in here. Where are you guys watching us from? What state are you from? And I can't even say state, what country, because we are international subscribers.
That's right.
Yes. So,
You might be like me and be from the state of confusion.
it's all the radiation we've worked around our whole lives.
Yeah.
Roger. That's
Too
it.
many millirems. Too many millirems.
I worked in the atomic energy industry for 7 or 8 years. I could glow in the dark.
Texas, Kentucky.
All the
Nice.
places that got big storms this past week, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody's okay.
Well, we had a couple doozies last week. I think Rick probably got them too after we got to experience them.
Yeah, I got a mini microburst that ripped 3 trees in half.
Wow.
60-foot top half of a tree is in a neighbor's yard. That was kind of funny.
I don't get many storms where I live. When we do, they usually start with the word hurricane.
Now, we get the hurricanes that start with a D, called derecho.
Luckily, I have a new roof in my house. Otherwise, I'd be picking up dozens of shingles.
Yeah.
80-mile-an-hour winds. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Texas doesn't go into the power grid, so they go out, right?
Yeah, they have their own, right?
Yeah, they won't go into the power grid where everyone else is. Oklahoma,
Oh, Tornado Alley.
Arizona. My first time watching y'all. Welcome. Thank you for joining
Sweet.
us.
Tucson. I've been to Tucson.
Yep.
All I remember is it's hot.
I'm in North Dallas. Yeah. Orlando, Florida, with the JTP Mopa 60 watt, wondering how to get colors on coins and deep engraving. Okay, so the long short version of any laser that does color, it's hard to duplicate.
Even on the same piece of material.
Right.
So this incidentally applies to diode lasers, because laser companies try and sell you on, you can do color engraving on stainless steel. Sure, but you don't get to pick the color. It's kind of a random thing.
The one thing I say that you can do
and
color.
gluing it.
What's that?
The one thing you
Sorry.
what'd you say?
So you're just basically just heating it with a laser and letting it blue.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's that process. It's not always blue, but
Right.
Right.
Blue or
but
straw.
yeah, and the problem is, even on, like, if you take the same, like, if you make an image and you want it in color and you do it in 2 different places on the same piece of stainless steel, you can get 2 different colors.
Oh, I've had that
Only
happen
thing
many times. Yeah. Depends
only
on the
thing that
nickel
I know-
content.
Yeah. Sorry. The
No,
only thing
it's
that
your
I
turn,
know
Rick.
that- yeah. The only thing that I know that you can 100% duplicate the colors repeatedly with a fiber with a diode laser is on slate coasters. You can make
Yes.
white easily,
Yeah.
gray easily, gold easily,
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything else is, when it comes to metal.
Yeah. The only person I've seen do a lot of colored coasters is Sam from Samcraft. I don't know if you watch
Yep,
his
I
channel.
talk to him all the time. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
We should get him on.
I was actually going to email him today because I was talking to him about that coaster with I tell you I want to do it with my uncle. So Yeah, I said I'm finally gonna do it because he made his all his settings free. You can download them now. You have to be a paid member, and he made his settings all downloadable. So I was gonna actually start off with his suggested settings for those colors and do some experimenting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like putting your grandson's name on a hot dog. Yeah, it's cool, but not practical.
Yeah, go watch my YouTube short on engraving on the side of a grain of rice.
We started a war over that one.
Yeah, Clackney from Clack Shack.
What did it say? 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a laser war.
Yeah.
Although I did tell him, I says, I'll challenge you. I'll challenge you to a challenge coin. And I showed 4 coins. And he says, okay, I'll let you know. And he said, I got a new laser. I said, okay, let's go. You know, and Clack Shack calling you out, bro. You punked out on that one.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
Can't be too hard on him.
Yeah. So true. I have not gotten any of the same colors in the J260Y, even on the test cards, never the same.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
There's one. There's only 2 people that I know. There's Chance. I think his name's Lorison. Chance Lorison. He does training courses on lasers, and he also trains people how to use Illustrator, Photoshop, all that kind of stuff, so you can kind of hit the ground running. He's super kick ass. But there's another guy, I forget his name, but all he specializes is in colors. I was actually thinking about paying him to take the course because I don't know how the dude's doing it. Like, I've never, like, he's literally like what people say you can't do is doing. And I'm like, is it like he's editing the video? You know, because you see he's able to duplicate.
See, he uses DaVinci Resolve, and you can just put any color you want.
I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. It's so good. It's like I even reached out to him, sent a message. He's like, "Hey man, whenever you want, you know, pay me $150. I'll spend an hour with you, and I'll guarantee you can do it. If not, I'll give your money back." So I almost want to do it just because.
I was looking around here, thought I had a couple slate coasters on my table, but I don't. So I do them in gold and silver both, but I don't have any up here close.
Oh, oh man, he's watching the live. I didn't know he was in here.
There he is. I'm glad I said he was a good guy.
That's hilarious.
He lurks, you know. He's a sly guy. He's just like...
Still waiting.
The 48-inch challenge coin. That's like a pizza.
I told you that my supplier where I got them from, but I also said that if you want it, we could use just the Amazon cheapos, so you're not using like a real brass coin.
Yeah, that's what I was using when I did the F1 Ultra review, and they're just such terrible coins. Like they're just like,
yeah, there's no comparison. Like I'm telling you, that guy, my phone's otherwise bring up say his name, but that distributor, like his coins feel like U.S. Mint. You know what I mean? Like there you go.
I've been meaning to send him a message.
LimitlessSolutions.org.uk. Check him out if you need any kind of metal blanks. He's your man. And what's cool is just because he doesn't sell it doesn't mean he won't make it. And it's even the coins, like the sides, like insane. And the weight of it, like it's legit.
Yeah, they look pretty robust.
Yeah.
Well, backing up on a question there about changing the color on a gold and silver anodized aluminum card from white to black. No, not with a diode laser. It's still going to come up silver, basically.
So, okay, so I'm going to say you can. So hold on a second, but I'm going to tell you how. And it's not with the actual laser at all.
Why don't you come and join us some night, Dave?
So look at this.
Our special guest star.
He was trying to game me. He knows that it's not my fault you're lurking. If you're watching us, I appreciate the love, and you could comment once in a while.
Just so we know.
I watch your lives on Sunday, and I always comment. I always chime in. I get the notification. I just jump in there, even if it's only for a few minutes.
I lurk there sometimes, but
So you see how that's pink?
Yeah, but that's not with a diode laser.
Well, I know. But what I'm trying to say is that metal, like what they're saying with the laser, right? That it will change colors based on the heat temperature, right? See the black? It'll also do it with polishing compounds. So
to make it
if
black.
yeah,
Yeah, to age it, right?
yes. So if you go on Amazon, you'll see the white, the red, and the green, which is the fine medium. That's probably a good point to start. I used to own a body shop and a detail shop, so I have tons of compounds and polishes. But if you use different compounds, just the same as you're heating it with the laser, if you're buffing it out, I use a what the hell, like a rotary tool, and I use that on there, and
Dremel?
it'll change the colors. What's it called?
Dremel?
Yeah, Dremel. Exactly. He was trying to game me. He knows I don't have the moped yet. Just in the shop working and listening. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Yeah,
We're all one big happy family.
absolutely. Yeah, Clack, if you ever want to join us, let us know, man. I'm using a fiber laser too. Yeah, so my thing is that if you are trying to use a fiber laser to do colors, it's not going to be easy to duplicate. And the only way that I know that you can duplicate colors is with polishing compounds like that. And really what it's doing is it's having an ionizing effect, right? So if there's a way and somebody else knows something better, I'm all ears. And I may take the chance and waste $150 and take that course from that guy. but I'm telling you, he literally takes a tumbler, he sticks it, and he's on live. So he's live. And he makes an American flag. And you're like, what the hell? And he's doing all these crazy ass colors. And then he's doing it so it looks sometimes, and I'm not, who knows? You may watch this video later on. I'm not bashing you, brother. I'm just saying sometimes things look so good they're almost unbelievable. I'm not saying it's not unbelievable because you have a skill set for a reason. But not everybody can do it. Just put it that way.
Oh, one question back there. Slate coasters with pyrite inside. That's interesting.
With
That's
what?
Pyrite. Fool's gold. Will they rust? Good question. I don't know.
Why would they rust?
I don't know that I've seen pyrite rust.
No, it's not.
It's not exactly iron ore. It's,
No, but it's stable crystalline iron,
Yeah.
right? So it's got no reason to give up free electrons or free ions to rust.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much tied up.
Yeah.
I think that's why they call it fool's gold, because it's shiny gold when you find it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I heard pyrite is oops. There you go. Buy the blanks. I heard pyrite in slate roof tiles can cause stains. I thought the whole reason they did that in slate roofs because they lasted forever and didn't stain. That was the point behind it way back in the day. The slate roof's supposed to last over 100 years.
Okay, pyrite will react with oxygen and water to create iron sulfide, sulfuric acid, and sulfur diode gas. Diodide gas.
But no rust.
But no rust.
No iron oxide.
Well, iron sulfide. I think, but isn't the iron sulfide, that's like a powder? as opposed to like iron oxide.
Well,
So
it'd be iron sulfide would be half iron and half sulfur. That'd be probably where the sulfuric acid comes from.
Yeah, so it's probably not rust.
Okay, then what if you just
But it does break down over time.
what if you just hit it with some matte clear?
Seal it. Yeah.
Yeah, just seal
Yeah,
it.
anything that would seal it would, I mean, you could put wax on it.
Yeah,
Although wax isn't permanent, of course.
hit it with some matte clear. Call it
Yeah.
a day then, if you're worried about it. Yeah, that was definitely interesting. We went down a rabbit hole at that one.
On the opposite side, though, it leaves hematite, magnetite are the main products of oxidation pyrite. Welcome to Google.
Hey, Clack, what Mopar laser are you getting, or can you not say? We'll see what he says. He's still listening.
He only listens when you say bad things about him. I wonder if he was on when you made fun of his glasses.
Oh, I didn't make fun of him. I said he's the only person that has them, and I want them. Don't know yet. It's few offers, but nothing common on them. Yeah, Clack, I was actually talking to LensCrafter today. I'm trying to get prescription the Ray-Bans like you have. We'll see. See if I get them in time before I go on a trip. Otherwise, I might not get them. So how do you like them, by the way, those glasses? I've seen you wore them, but I haven't seen any video posted from the glasses. The Pyronite gave me an idea for a gold miner design for my coasters since they already have bits of gold showing.
That's a cool idea. Yeah.
Now we'll
Let
all
me ask
do
you
it.
a question then. Is
drive
there
the
any
bottom
health
mark.
concerns with lasering that?
No, why you think there's problems with that?
I'm asking. I'm not saying.
Well, the diode laser is not going. It's going to dig out the material around it.
Okay. A few of my viewers got them with a small copay. I use them mostly for B-roll, almost every video. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna sign up for that influencer like new release, whatever that you got them before they're released, and then I just didn't have the time to do it. So now I'm just buying them just like anybody else. Cool. I guess I didn't pay attention that maybe you said that during those B-rolls that you were actually filming on it. V. Got 3 minutes left, guys. Anyone have any questions? Let us know. Let us know.
He arrives right at the end all the time. Rick was here all night. You could have come. You could have come early.
Oh, yeah, V. I guess you did. Steve took that to heart. The low blows. He said you're being boring. Where was I at?
You're the only reason I come.
I bought them. Cameras are deduction.
Yeah, tax deduction.
Oh. Yeah, I'm back officially. My son joined baseball, so I was joining late, and the team was taking lead. Oh man, look at that! Bam!
Sweet.
Came in swinging. But I'm back. My son's done at baseball. I do have a trip planned to go to New York. But other than that, I'll be back. Steve, do we need to start playing that song?
Which song?
It's from the bomb. Wear them all day, every day. They come in handy when using both hands. I'll leave that comment alone.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
Now you're competing with Steve over there, Silver Fox.
My OnlyFans page, yeah.
funny. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? Today, the whole idea of our lives is kind of crazy that we've never scripted, right? We may have had things we want to talk about that really leave it open to the viewers to really ask any questions and give our honest opinions. And today was a perfect example of that. You know, we went from sublimation to starting a YouTube channel to just kind of all over the place, which is cool. I think that, you know, because that's the point, right? We can answer any questions we have. So don't be afraid to ask us a question. You kind of saw how all these different topics came up, and we'll tell you like it is.
Yeah, even if you want to ask about Steve's OnlyFans page, he'll tell you about it.
The only boundaries are no religion, no politics, and we're all happy then.
Yeah.
If you want to know about my
Right.
OnlyFans page, I'm happy to talk about it. I'll even bring it up on screen.
The silver fox. But
Natural
yeah,
highlights,
absolutely.
man.
and we don't bash China, and let's be honest, everything that we review is from China.
That's where our salaries come from.
Yeah.
Well, some
we
of
tread
it. Anyway.
lightly. We tread lightly. And not to say that none of us would not support an American-based company, of course, but let's be honest, again, they just don't exist. And if they are, it's assembled. I've yet to. And if you are a laser manufacturer, manufactured and assembled in the United States, and you want to support, let us know, because I don't think you exist.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about an actual company in I'll say North America, because you know I'm not
right.
American,
Yeah, agreed.
There's only chance Canada manufactures something
that actually makes something in North America.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
I'd be happy to promote them.
Yeah. I know there's a company called SA something. They're in Texas. SA something. They're a United States retired Marine, and he owns his company in Texas, and he sells lasers. But again, they're assembled, right?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I made my own laser too, but all the parts came from China.
Right.
Now I used better parts, but
right.
But it's a global system.
Yeah, it is what it is. But we hit our time, guys. It's 8:31. Is there anything you want to say on closeouts, or say anything to everyone?
No, other than it's hot up here, and I'm ready to go get in my hot tub. I'm tired.
Hey, thank you everyone for joining our live. We appreciate all your love and support. Appreciate the super stickers for everyone, and all your comments. And we want to do a special invite for one of our guests, so keep that in mind. We may just surprise someone and send you an invite and pull us into the live. It was Steve's idea, I believe, right?
Wow.
It was Steve's idea to pull a random person from the comments into our live. So I think that would be really cool.
Just to join us and just, give us the real perspective in real time.
So I will figure out by next week's live how to do the hashtags for StreamYard, and we'll do a competition to pull you in live. And just don't reply unless you really, really get on camera. But thank you guys. Appreciate everyone joining us.
Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you next week,
everyone.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.